What's going on, Reggie? How you doing today, man?
I'm good. What's up, '07? Good to be here. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Introduce yourself for the people, man. Introduce yourself for the viewers out there.
Oh, okay. My name is Reggie. Former professional athlete turned entrepreneur many years ago. Been in the space of doing small business development. One of our primary niche is how to get to where you want to go using your personal credit, leveraging that into business credit. And then from there, you got everything you need to be successful. Build your empire from there. So that's it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. This man is too humble. This man is the man who made '07.
Nah.
He's the one who introduced me to the business credit so I'll be able to launch and make 17,000 my first month in e-commerce, man. You too humble with it. I like that though, but
Nah.
he's the man
Hey,
behind the scenes. He's responsible for all of '07 systems and the credits and everything. Welcome, man. How you doing? How you feeling
I
today?
appreciate it. Man, I'm doing pretty good. I'm up here in the north right now visiting my people. Bro, it's 5 degrees out here. I don't know how you do it up in the north, but man, it's blazing up here right now with that cold.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Reggie, how important, man, how important would you say like funding for business owners e-commerce? How important you think it is?
Well, it's money. Money is the lifeblood of the business. So if you think of money as the lifeblood of a business, think about your vein, the blood in your veins. If you don't have no blood in your veins, guess what? You cold. You got a toe tag on. There's no life in you. So what money is literally the cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. It is the absolute necessity to have. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
it's just one of those critical components that if anybody who attempted entrepreneurship, got in business, or did anything relevant, uh, they know they have to have at least some sort of money or consistent money that they can leverage to bring their goals and their dreams to fruition.
Absolutely. So what I can say is this is part of my, secret weapon. The first card you got from me from Chase was 25,000. The second
Mm-hmm.
one, if I'm remembering right, I think it's 14,000. In total, you got me a bit over 50,000, almost close to 60,000.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, but I use that for leverage. So I use that to pay for everything. So guess what? I was doing my 9 to 5. I didn't have to wait every 2 weeks before to get the check to be like, all right, now I buy the LLC. All right,
Right,
next week I'm gonna buy the domain. The next 2 weeks, and now I didn't do any of that. That's why I started
right.
making money right out the gate. But a lot of people know '07, but a lot of people don't know that the pioneer behind the scenes who have the machine going is you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So I want to give a shout out to you for that.
we appreciate it. Like I said, I've been at this pretty much when I stopped playing ball in 2004. I had my own situation where I had to learn, from the school of hard knocks. Nobody told me, and even though I had, a little bit of money, I didn't have the information. So when I faced my own trials, and to be fully transparent, back in 2004 or five, I lost everything. I lost over 1 million in real estate assets.
Ooh.
4 properties. It was very, it was very hard for me. So, but it taught me a lesson. Either I can cry about it or I can get up and do something about it. And just
Wow.
having that athletic competitiveness, I just got up, after, wipe my tears, brush the bruises, off. I had to learn. And that's one thing that I decided that I would never stop doing is learning from there. And I back then I repaired my own credit. I got the bankruptcies off my credit, the foreclosures off my credit. I
Wow.
got everything. And so I was able to get back in the game um back then with Amex cards, go back into real estate, start, and this is not by no chance I'm not giving investment advice. This is just what I did. I just
Absolutely.
use my experience and my knowledge of saying, okay, how do I never get back to that place again where I get knocked down and I had to stay down because I'm stuck in a 9 to 5. You know what I mean?
Uh, absolutely. That's an incredible story, by the way, man. I mean, getting a hit that low, losing 1 million in real estate and get up back. Let me ask you this: is this a part of the reason why you start credit repair because you see what it did to you and the damage that it has on you? Is that a part of the reason why you kind of lean over to credit and many other ventures? Because I spoke to few people on your team. Congrats to them because they will follow up, they'll make sure everything is done, they make sure my funnel is done, my email sequences. So you got a great team, man, so I got to commend you on that.
I appreciate it. Like, like I said, I come from a sports background, so everything for me comes from a team perspective. I look at it, there's no way I can be on a football team and do everything myself. And I think I started that way when I got out of football, but then it dawned on me, if it didn't work in football, it won't work out here in the entrepreneurial space or any other space. I don't care what you do, you still need that team. Even Jordan had a nutritionist, a coach, behavioralists. They have people to help them to become
Yeah.
better at what they do.
Okay, so everybody needs a team in order
Got to have a team.
to reach certain level. Like if you aim
Absolutely.
in to reach certain level, you gotta have a team behind you, and that's what we learn throughout the process. But the number one problem I can tell you that I hear about e-commerce are a lot of people who I mentor as well, because I got a lot of
Mhm.
people I mentor. The number one thing is capital for them. That's the number one thing. There's many other reasons, but it's always, yo, I don't have the funds to do this. I can't do this. Or even if I do this and it doesn't work, I can't go forward. So now they
Right.
came into this game with a mentality of, hey, if I messed up the first time, I'm done. I'm backing off. So
Right.
that's when I'm thinking, okay, so it's not just me who go through that. And
No.
then I found the solution and did over 6 figures my first year with a lot of errors. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that I know these type of services or these type of help a lot of people need. And I can bet this is what holding a lot of people back.
This is without question. We have an acronym that we use, and it's called SCALE, right? So S is for structure and systems. C is for compounding. A is for automation. L is for leverage. And then E is for execution. So when you combine your structure with the systems you put in place, you compound those efforts by the team you put together, right? Then you just
Mhm.
automate your system, automate everything about you, and then you leverage the financial resources. Remember, all these subscriptions take money. I don't care whether you're using Canva, that's what, $15 a month, MailChimp, LastPass, all these things take money, right?
Absolutely.
And business itself, hey, that's a monster in and of itself because it
Absolutely.
has its own appetite, which is all those subscriptions. You got to buy inventory, you got to pay people, all of this stuff. So where are you going to get that money from? And then you have your job, and that's limited resources because on that hand, you got your rent, you got your utilities, you got your automobiles, your groceries. So how do you balance that? And the one of the biggest ways to leverage is personal credit. You know,
Absolutely.
we just start there without any fuss, no matter what we do. We're going to start with personal credit, get you the resources you need financially so you can create that buffer zone. And we always say use responsibly, right? Because it's that buffer zone that you're going to need. And most people out there call themselves guru. They'll never teach you or empower you to
Mhm.
make that for yourself. It's always dependent on, hey, just follow me, buy this, buy that, et cetera, et cetera. Well, if you have the resources, you don't have to be in a rush to pay for something. You can make quality decisions on the leverage you have with your own personal credit, right? And if you use responsibly, everything the gurus are saying, you can pay. You don't have to pay as much for, right?
Absolutely.
So you just become your own bank right there.
No, but that makes a lot of sense. But what about the people who say, Reggie, I got few cards that went in delinquency. Hey, Reggie, I got few cards that I got a bunch of late payments on. I don't think I would be able to even build my personal credit because what I'm gonna do, I can't. They say it takes 7 years. I don't got 7 years to wait. I'm 36, 37 next year. I'm 40, I'm 25. I don't got 7 years. What you got to say about those people? What you got to say to them?
Well, applied knowledge is power. I won't just say knowledge is power because people go on the internet and they'll look up something and they'll get tidbits of information. But like I said, I've been 20 years in this space since 2004. And so my primary audience was former athletes. So they had big money that went into big debt. I had one guy back when he had a bankruptcy and like 11 foreclosures. And he thought the same thing. But again, applied knowledge is power. So again, he brought me on his team to help him recover. And it didn't take it is a process. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not. You're not going to get it done overnight. It didn't happen overnight. So, but in a reasonable amount of time, you can get that done in 6 to 8 months if you follow the process.
No, that's perfect. I mean, the 6 months or the 3 months, everybody kind of different depending on the type of, the type of problems that you deal with or the situation. It can fluctuate all over.
Everybody's credit profile is different, so there's no one way or one set time frame. It just depends on what you have and how it's relevant to you. But it is a process, but it can be done. And remember, I have a saying: the time is going to go by anyway. So you might as well use the time
I was just about to say that 6 months, 3 months, 8 months, it's gonna come whether you like it or not.
Right. The key is, are you going to be in the same exact situation
exactly
in 6 months? Because I didn't want to do it. I wanted to find a shortcut. But guess what? 6 to 8 months down the road, guess what? You're back in the same position because you didn't follow the process.
Exactly, man. And Reggie, hey, can you tell the viewers and everybody how they can find you on IG and all that stuff?
I'm gonna be very transparent with you. I'm not big with social media. I do have Instagram, the official Reggie Allen, but I'm not a big social media person. I guess I need to start putting it out there because now that what I'm seeing, especially after COVID, was how the economy was like wrecked, right? 40% of businesses went out of business during COVID. That's a lot of families that are affected, right? So now that we have a new administration, we have new economic opportunities. How can we get all of those families back in a position to where they can participate? Whether you voted for them or not, that's beside the point. Is how do we get you at least back in the game to be able to participate and make that livelihood for your family. So on Instagram, it's the official Reggie Allen, or they can go to freeagentconsulting.com. They can just shoot over their information. And just to my point, let me move up a big head out the way, right?
Oh, congratulations.
So when you look at something, right. So when you look at something like this, I'll just ask everybody, take a few minutes and think about everything you absorb through social media. All the gurus, what they say they can do for you, buy this, buy that. Have it ever equated to something like that, right? So now, what can this number do for you when you think about all the your inventory? Can you get your inventory now? Can you pay for the subscriptions, your hosting, your domain? Can you pay your legal team to build your trust, your foundation, your LLCs, make sure they're in compliance? Can you do that with this, working with this capital? So I'd rather have that capital in your hands than to flash a wristwatch and show you on social media, look at me, look at me. I'd rather say, look at you.
Absolutely. I like that.
Right. So I show you the shirt I got.
Stick to the plan, not your mood.
And that's
Absolutely.
you see what I'm saying? So 6 months is gonna go by anyway. Do you want to still be scrolling through TikTok and Instagram? You know, no judgment, but
I
you
like
feel
that, man. I like that. And
so
and then and real quick, and then all these stuff is for real. It's not Reggie flashing this because you want to live certain type of lifestyle like everybody doing on the internet. This is
right.
authentic. This is real. Nobody trying to sell you any BS. Nobody trying to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep it
Mhm.
100. And that's what you bring, man. And I appreciate everything that you done for me.
Well,
Everything.
and it's like I said, we're here for you, man. Anything you need, we're here for you. 20 years in a space, right? We've been dealing with people, and our clientele, you know, they're professional, so they're not flashy. We can't put people business out in the street, you know, but we can get results like this, right? We can get results
Absolutely.
like that. And then you go out and live your dream. And if you that's your audience, that's who you want to do on TikTok and market yourself, your products, then you have the capacity to do that, right? And hopefully as we do business, we think, hey, if we do this type of job, you'll come back to us for something one way or another, right? And
Absolutely.
so it's just a matter of just, hey, let's empower the people. There's a these are multi-trillion-dollar economies. We need to be participating on all levels. Nobody should be left, in my opinion, left behind and not be able to participate. Give yourself a chance to do what you need to do.
Absolutely, man. Any final words for the viewers? Cause I gotta bring you back. I gotta bring you back for another, another episode where we keep it authentic and keep it real. Any final words?
Well, I'll just say this. I appreciate the time. It's a pleasure to help you. One of the things that make I think us different is, we do litigation credit repair. So it's not what you see on the internet. We have the law on your side. Um, I just show you, like, I'm sitting here reading case laws, to help people really get themselves, and that's what shortened the process and make it more effective. But we can get you the funds you need. But my thing is, hey, during that 6 to 8 months, man, be dreaming big, put your goals down, journal. Um, and I'm just excited to see how many people we can help and who can just, like I said, I want to hear testimonials. I want somebody to have their own personal Super Bowl experience. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely,
you know,
man.
so
No,
we're here
I
for it.
definitely appreciate it, man. We'll catch you on a different episode, man. We'll catch you on a different
We appreciate it,
live, and then we'll dive deeper because I know it goes way
bro.
in. A lot of information. Don't want to put too much out in one video. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Well, I'll just say this, and like I said, this year, man, we want to invite you up to the skybox. And you and your family, you come on out. We got some exciting things for 2025.
I
And
appreciate that.
yes, sir, yes, sir. We ready for it. Let's
I
go.
appreciate that, man. I definitely accept that invitation, and let's get it, man. So I'll see you at the top, man. Take care.
Let's go.
All right.